Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Gaby and today I have for you the mid-year book Freakout tag. Now if you don't know what this tag is basically in the middle of the year, it's a list of questions that allows you to just sort of check up on your reading and what you've been reading so far the first half of the year. You've probably seen a lot of people doing it and you're probably wondering, well Gaby, aren't you kind of late? To which I answer, no, I'm not late. Everyone else was just really early because technically the middle of the year is at the end of June and the beginning of July. That's technically the middle of the year. I don't know why people were making it at the middle, like the beginning of June, when only 5 months have passed, when they should be making it at the end of June. But anyway, I don't know, but here I am. So I'm actually just right on time and everyone else is just way too early. But yeah, here we go. Here's the tag. Let's get into it. So the first question is, what is the best book that you've read this year? But the best book I read this year is The Poet X by Elizabeth Acevedo. I loved this book, and I have said it many times. I said it in my previous video. If you watched that, I've said it on Twitter. I've said it in many YouTube comments that I've made. I've said it a lot of times and I'll say it again. The Poet X is amazing and everyone should read it. I read the audiobook, which is amazing, and Elizabeth Acevedo narrates it herself, and there are parts of it that feel like she's performing to me, like she's performing a spoken word in front of me, and I'm just like, tears. There were so many tears. I cried so many times reading that book. Elizabeth Acevedo writing verse is just the best thing ever, and she should do it always and forever, and I will buy it, I will consume it, I will cry listening to it, reading it. That's just how it is. Okay, let's just go to the second question now. I didn't say what The Poet X is about, did I? The Poet X is basically about this girl, Xiomara, who's living somewhere in New York City, I forgot where, and it's about her being 15 and dealing with her very strict parents and her very strict religious mother, who wants her to go through confirmation. If you don't know what confirmation is, it's a Catholic thing, look it up. Basically, it's this ceremony where you receive the Holy Spirit, and that's all I'll say. She's also dealing with new feelings about, love and stuff. She's dealing with her strict mother who's really religious, who wants her to get confirmed. She doesn't want to get confirmed because she's not religious, and what she really wants to do is write poetry, and hence The Poet X. And that's the book. There we go. Synopsis. So the second question is, what is the best sequel you've read this year? And so the best sequel that I've read this year is The Tyrant's Tomb by Rick Riordan. Now, if you don't know, this is the 4th book in the Trials of Apollo series, and it's a series that takes place after the Heroes of Olympus series, but instead it follows Apollo as the main character when he is punished for something I can't tell you because spoilers, and gets turned into a human and has to go on many different quests in order to restore his godhood. And this series is so good. Like, if you're a Percy Jackson fan and you loved Percy Jackson Olympians, you loved Heroes of Olympus, but you have not read The Trials of Apollo, then I don't know what you're doing with your life. I really don't know what you're doing, because this series is so good. I love Apollo's character arc. Like, I love his character arc. It's just it's so good. I love him as a character, but just the growth his character has gone through is just great. And I think this series really shows Rick Riordan's growth as a writer, and like really shows that, you know, he listens to people, like the feedback he gets, or he's continuously trying to do better and write better. And yeah, that's okay. That's all that's all I'm gonna say about this book. I'll save the rest of my thoughts for my wrap up. All right, so the third question is, what is a new release that you really want to read but you haven't read yet? There are a few. The Henna Wars, A Song of Wraiths and Ruin. Ooh, I really want to read that. I want to read like a really cool enemies to lovers story. When I read that description, I was like, that sounds interesting. So I want to read that. I want to read A Song Below Water because that sounds really cool. Plus, just the cover is just so beautiful. So, like, why wouldn't I get it? And then the Henna Wars cover is also really beautiful. And plus, the story, like, just sounds so cute and wholesome and just, like, you know, and yeah. I don't know. There's probably books I'm forgetting, but those are the books that come to mind. So the fourth question is, what is your most anticipated release for the second half of the year? The Tower of Nero by Rick Riordan. Yeah, that's the last book in the Trials of Apollo series. It comes out in October. I think it's October 6th, I think. Yeah, I really want to read that. I really want to see how the series ends, because I know how I want Apollo's character arc to end. I don't know what Rick is gonna do with his character arc, but I know what I want. So we just have to see if Rick's gonna give it to me. I guess we have to see. I also want to read Loveless by Alice Oseman. I know that comes out next month in July, and I haven't actually read any Alice Oseman, although I've heard good things about Radio Silence and Heartstopper, and I really do want to read those things. And I also want to read Loveless because it sounds cool. Other than that, I don't really know. I would say The Burning God, but I still haven't started the Poppy War yet, so I can't say that for sure. Although, after I read the Poppy War and the Dragon Republic, that will also then become my most anticipated release. Yeah, okay, next question. Biggest disappointment this year? And I gotta say, I don't think I've had any. I haven't really had any disappointments, really. I don't know. Okay, so the next question is biggest surprise. Now, I think biggest surprise would have to be, I'm gonna say With a Fire on High by Elizabeth Acevedo. Now, this is the first Elizabeth Acevedo book that I read, and I really didn't know anything about this book going into it. And no, the tabs are all bent. Aw, I hate when that happens. Yeah, I'm gonna say this book. And I really didn't know what this book was about because, see, what had happened was I had heard about the Poet X and I wanted to read it. But there was this bookstore that I was in, and I was looking and I saw they had this book by Elizabeth Acevedo. And I was like, oh, I wonder if they have the Poet X. They did not have the Poet X. They only had this book. I saw how really pretty this book was, and so I was like, you know what? I've heard good things about this author's other book, and this cover is stunning. So, you know, I could just get this. No, but like, for real though, this cover is so beautiful. I literally, the only reason I bought this book is because the cover is beautiful. Do I regret it? No, absolutely not. I mean, look at this color scheme. Look, it's purple, right? It's so beautiful. Okay, first of all, I love purple, right? But then, like with, But then, boom, orange. Is that not the coolest thing you have seen? Like, oh my god. It's like Clap When You Land, except personally I like this color scheme better because I really like purple and orange, but oh my god, like it's her books all need to be like this because it's just so beautiful. Oh wait, I forgot. Oh yeah, and so what this book is about, right? So this was a surprise because, like I said, I went into it knowing nothing, and I was, well, to say the least, surprised. I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars. First of all, I didn't know that Elizabeth Acevedo was Afro-Latina, and so I didn't know the main character was Latina, and so that was a surprise. Yeah, the main character was just so cool. I really liked the main character. She's a teen mom, and she's such a good mom. Yet she's only 17, and I'm like, wow, I do not think I could have been this good of a mom at 17. Like, and she's just so level-headed and so caring and compassionate, and her character is so good, and she treats her child like so well, and she's such a good mom, and she always puts her child first and all this stuff, and she has magical cooking powers, and that's so cool. Wow, my thoughts on this book are really rambly. No, but then in the book, she takes this culinary class where at the end they go to Spain for a week, and I was like, oh my god, that's so funny, because a year ago I went on a trip to Spain for a week for a class that I took, and I was like, wow, that's so funny. What a coincidence. That's crazy. And she was in one of the cities that I went to, and I was like, wow, that is so funny. And yeah, it was Sevilla. Oh my god, I love Sevilla. Sevilla was amazing, but that's irrelevant. That is irrelevant. We're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about books. Oh my god, wait. All right, next question. So the next question is favorite new author. Do I even need to tell you? Elizabeth Acevedo. I think that goes without saying. Elizabeth Acevedo. I will buy any book she writes. Yeah. That's it. Okay, next question. Newest fictional crush. Now for this one, I'm gonna say Zuko, because not only did I finish rewatching Avatar with my boyfriend this year, but I've also been reading the Avatar comics, so I'm gonna say Zuko, because, I mean, who doesn't love Zuko? Newest favorite character. For that, I am going to say Xiomara from The Poet X. No one is surprised. No, but I just really liked her character. Book that made you cry. Really easy, The Poet X. It made me cry several times, probably at least 7. I don't really know if it was 7, but we'll just say it was 7. Also, The Tyrant's Tomb also made me cry, but only twice, so it doesn't really count that much. Did Clap When You Land make me cry? It actually didn't. I teared up. I was almost crying. I feel like if I listened to the audiobook, I would definitely cry. But my library doesn't have the audiobook, which is really annoying me. I should request it. Okay, I'm talking really fast now. Okay, next question. Book that made you happy. The Tyrant's Tomb made me happy. But also, Arusha and the End of Time by Roshani Chosky also made me happy because that book's so cute. If you want a cute middle grade that kind of is Percy Jackson-esque, where middle school kids go on a quest to save the world and stuff, definitely read that book. It's cool. Also, sister bonding, which is also really cool. Love that. Also, the jokes I thought were really funny. Yeah, most beautiful book you've bought this year. Okay, so I would include With a Fire on High in this question, but I technically bought it last year, so I can't include it. But here are the books that I did buy this year that definitely do fall into this category. Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Acevedo. It's beautiful. I'm not gonna take off the dust jacket to show you how beautiful it is underneath because I already did that in my last video. Just go to my previous video and just like skim forward to about the middle part and you'll see me like fawning over this book and how beautiful it looks underneath. See, that's just a sneak peek. Okay, yeah, it's beautiful. Another beautiful book that I bought this year is House of Earth and Blood from the Crescent City series by Sarah J. Maas. Oh man, I didn't realize how heavy this book is. Jesus Christ. I actually wasn't super interested in reading this, even though, you know, I have clearly been a Sarah J. Maas fan in the past. And I mean, I guess I still am. Like, although technically it's been probably like 2 years-ish since I last read a Sarah J. Maas book, but I thought it was just so pretty. And so I actually pre-ordered this because I saw like a pre-order thing on Instagram where like if you like pre-order it, she'll give you a signed copy plus the cover art. And I don't know if you've noticed, but the cover art is beautiful. Like, look at that. And like, no wait, but look at the end pages. What? What? Do you see that? Are you looking at that right now? Okay. I know, right? So I had to get it. Obviously, I had to get it. So, I mean, a lot of people I feel like I've seen a few people say this is like her best, this is gonna be her best series yet. So, maybe I will really like this book because I did like her other books, so I hope I do like it. I really do. Oh, now a beautiful paperback book that I bought. Girls of Paper and Fire by Natasha Nan. Oh my god. That is so beautiful. If you couldn't tell, like, my favorite color is purple, and I just like, oh, it's so beautiful and so shiny. Like, look at that. Like, look at it. Like, it's so pretty. Oh wait, this is the last question. So basically, the question is, what books do you still need to read for the rest of the year? Well, a lot of them. If you see, I got a whole stack of books right here. Let's see. There's the 5th season. I actually just started this like last night, although I barely made a dent into it. Okay, yeah, so I need to read this. I need to read the Poppy War. I basically need to read all of the books that I hauled in my last video. I need to read those releases that I mentioned earlier. I need to read, oh yeah, Crescent City, I need to read that. Oh yeah, and I need to read The Memory Police. That was the one that I had in my, May wrap-up that I hold, The Memory Police. That's also a really pretty cover. I need to read Shatter Me. I need to read, I don't know, probably all these books that I got from Book of the Month, and I have no idea why I got them from Book of the Month, but I got them. Ha 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 ha. And, oh yeah, 9th House is also up there. Yeah, I need to read that. Oh yeah, I need to reread the entire Legend trilogy just so I could read Rebel. Haha, I need to read that. I need to read a lot of things. Oh, I guess since the Grisha verse is getting turned into a TV show, I guess I need to read the Grisha trilogy, I guess, even though I kind of already spoiled myself because I read King of Scars, even though I didn't read the trilogy because I just didn't give a shit. Oh yeah, I guess gotta read that too. A lot of things I want to read. Oh yeah, the rest of the Avatar comics, I want to read that. Oh yeah, I want to read Radio Silence and Heartstopper by Alice Oseman. I want to read that. As you can see, there are a lot of books. If you want to know what I still need to read, just hop onto my Goodreads and look at the 100 books that are in my want to read. that was the mid-year book freakout tag. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope this was fun. I hope you enjoyed me gushing over very beautiful covers and talking incoherently about how much I love the Poet X and Elizabeth Acevedo. Yeah. Leave a like if you liked, subscribe if you want to see more, and also just a quick little shout out to my friend Elise over at the Petite Pink, because she also makes booktube videos and she's just a pretty cool person overall, and I think you should subscribe to her. So after you're done with this video, just hop over to her channel. Maybe I'll link it down below. But yeah, just a shout out to her. You should follow her. You should do that. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see y'all next time. Bye!